a story to tell you. You're not going to believe it. So my friend and I go to hike Mount Greylock, and we plan on camping up there, just spending one night. So we park at the trailhead at the Cheshire Harbor Trail, and we start hiking up. And we get about 2 miles up, only about a mile left to go to the summit. And I say to my friend, I'm like, there's somebody laying down in the trail up there. And he's like, well, they're probably just taking a nap. Or there's some hippie type that's just like, being one with the earth type of thing. So I'm like, nobody would take a nap in the middle of the trail. Literally, I didn't have my glasses on, but I could see that they were across the trail. So we get closer, and it's a guy, and he's calling out, "Sir, you okay? You need help? You okay?" And when we get close enough to him, we realized he's dead. So we actually discovered his body on the trail. It didn't look like he fell. It wasn't a dangerous trail, so it wasn't like he would have fallen. He didn't look like he was hurt in any way. There was no blood or anything. He was actually just laying across the trail kind of comfortably, as if you might be resting, with one leg bent, one hand on your, on your stomach or whatever. So I'm not sure if he had a heart attack or what happened. I mean, he looked like he was in pretty good shape. It turns out he's 54. I didn't know at the time. He looks, but that's what I would have guessed, mid-50s, maybe 60. So sad. So my friend calls 911. I couldn't get service. He could. And they keep asking us questions about where we are, where we parked, what vehicle we have, this and that. What he looks like, what, all the description. We didn't touch him, because we could tell he has been dead a little while. Not probably overnight. It probably happened earlier that day, maybe even just a couple hours before. You could tell by looking at him. His eyes were still open. And so we waited with the body. Well, when we first came up to him, I said, "Kevin, wait a minute, let me get my bear spray out." I don't know why, I just felt like it was just a strange situation to come across somebody like that. So I had my bear spray ready in case there was some type of setup or whatever. I don't know, just being overprotective. So we stayed with the body while we waited for them, and it ended up being 2 hours that we had to sit there with him. And, my friend's like, keep your bear spray handy in case some animals or something come, We didn't want to. And there was nobody else on the trail, because this was a Monday during the day. So, we're glad that we came upon him as opposed to somebody else or some kids or something, or somebody who would freak out or whatever. Both of us have seen dead bodies before. Of course, it was still upsetting, it's just sad. Also, we made a little marker next to where he died, a little pile of rocks off the trail, just in case his family, wanted to know exactly where he died. I don't know, if it was me, I'd want to know. And I told the police officer that, so I don't know if he'll relay that message. So meanwhile, the different divisions, state police and search and all these different people keep calling my friend's phone, finding out where we are. We keep telling them, come down from the summit, we're only a mile from the summit. But they have their ways, so they know better than we do. So they ended up going to where we were parked at the base of Cheshire Harbor Trail and taking a four-wheeler up. So after 2 hours, one guy comes up on a four-wheeler and says, "Step away from the body. This is a crime scene." We're like, okay, we've been here 2 hours, but all right. So we pick up our stuff and we step back. I understand. And at the same time, a couple state troopers and a couple of other like park workers came down from the summit. They kind of met at the same time, you know, and they told us we couldn't leave yet. So basically, after a few minutes, they each kind of stood back. They just took our name and numbers and address and birth date for some reason, in case they had any other questions. And that was that. But the mood was kind of gone. Well, we lost 2 hours. We were getting kind of stiff and cold after just sitting around for so much. So we ended up just hiking back down and just going home. You know, we didn't. Well, he went home. I went to the van. The mood was gone as far as camping out. So, oh yeah. So then when we get to we're hiking back down, we see like 10 people gathered around a stretcher going up the mountain, and then a couple more people that looked like they were really struggling, which I think they were with that group, and then a four-wheeler with a trailer, you know, for the stretcher going after them. So I don't know why they had. Maybe if they thought they couldn't get all the way to him, some people had to carry him down to the four-wheel vehicle. You know, like a four-wheeler bike, motorcycle type of thing. What do they call it? Quad or whatever. So then we get down to the trailhead. Oh my God, you would have thought the president was up there or something. There was probably 7 or 8 different vehicles and about 10 or so people from different organizations at the trailhead waiting for this, you know, for them to bring the body down. I don't understand why they needed all those people when they had all those people on the mountain, but whatever. So they had to move so we could actually pull out. And then right when we were pulling out, somebody came and took a picture of the scene. And if you look carefully, you can see Sparky way in the distance, and a little figure next to Sparky in yellow. That's my friend. And so Sparky's actually got in the picture, which is funny. I think I was already in the van when that person came up. We saw him pull up and take a picture. I looked it up on Google afterwards, and you'll see the story if you look it up. You know, if you look up a dead, you know, person found on Mount Greylock, you'll see it. It says that, you know, a couple hikers found him, and that was me and my friend. I mean, what are the chances of that? So that's just like an unbelievable thing that that just happened to us, you know, and it's just so weird. But I'm glad that we were able to help in that way, and you know, my condolences to the family if they ever watch this video. You know, just want them to know that we were respectful. We didn't touch him. We just tried to protect the body, and he looked peaceful, he looked comfortable, and hopefully, you know, he was a hiker, and hopefully he, you know, died doing what he loved to do. Right, well, that's my crazy story. Thanks for watching.